And thank you again for being here.
No, thank you for being here. This is where I work.
So you may be wondering why, as viewers and as the business of you, why I would want to sit down and have a conversation with an astrophysicist such as Jaymie. And the reason being is because I always feel, and I believe, that greater knowledge and the more bandwidth we have about not only ourselves, but the world outside of ourselves, the more we can come to understand ourselves. And this is the part where that whole notion of am I significant or am I insignificant comes into play, especially when we're looking beyond Earth and just beyond the day-to-day and the relationship that we have with ourselves. And one of my biggest questions that I have for you, Jaymie, is do you feel that we are more significant or insignificant in this world as someone who looks beyond the physical composition of our Earth and beyond just the day-to-day life that we have as a human being? Like out there in the celestial bodies, what conclusions can we draw about ourselves based on the things that you're studying and seeing out there?
Well, I think one of the important aspects of the universe that I want everyone to understand, whether they're my students in classes here at UBC, whether they're my friends, whether they're people that I'm communicating through media, is the scale. And yes, the universe is huge, and we are, almost incomprehensibly tiny in that vast universe. Now, one of the great things about astronomical science throughout the history of humanity is that whenever we get too full of ourselves, astronomers kind of come along and put us in our place as a species. So, we used to believe that we were at the center of the universe, and then, astronomers came along and shoved us off that pedestal. Right. To be honest, by the way, that's the version of the story that we think today, in the Copernican revolution, that society and the church resisted the idea that the sun was at the center of the solar system because it demoted the Earth from its privileged position. But if you go back to that time, in the 16th, 17th century, the center was not the preferred place to be. The center was the bottom. It was the worst place in the known universe. Think of Dante's Inferno and the 9 circles of hell. You usually see the pictures illustrated from above, where you see the concentric circles. But if you look at it from the side, it's actually like an open pit mine where there's kind of steps down, and the central circle is at the bottom. And you can read descriptions of the Earth's location at the center of the universe as being at the bottom, where all of the excrementary filth, and I'm quoting from a particular medieval philosopher, settles. And it's a horrible place. And so my colleague Dennis Danielson here at UBC, who's a professor of English and an expert on the history and theology and literature of cosmology, every culture's idea of where everything came from. Right. He argues that the reason why the church resisted this was not because it demoted the Earth, knocked it off of its preferred location in the center of the universe, but promoted it to the realm of the stars, which is the realm of God in that time. But in any event, now we consider the center to be the special place, the preferred place, and so astronomers knocked us out of that place. And then even like 100 years ago, astronomers believed that our Milky Way galaxy was the entire universe and that we were fairly close to the center of that. And then astronomers showed that there was an entire universe of island universes, that our Milky Way galaxy was only one of countless such island universes in a much vaster universe. And so we keep coming along and kind of demoting humanity in the pecking order of the universe. And that's probably a good thing, to keep us from getting too full of ourselves, too cocky. Right. However, some people also would take that as being kind of depressing, is that we are decreasing in significance in that pecking order. And I would say no. Again.